Alright, we're working. Hello. My name's TJ Norton. I'm a blues singer, harmonica player, and I have a one-man band called TJ and the Suitcase. And this is the Suitcase. Alright, I've been asked to make a video on how this works as a drum, because I use this as a drum, and there's another percussion thing that I made, which I'll show you. This is for Isaac Grover from the UK, from England, who I met at the great Rhythm and Blues Festival in Colne, Lancashire, that I played a few weeks ago, and I now live in Los Angeles, so I won't be there very often. And he was really into it, and he plays guitar and stuff. Him and his brother and his dad were there, and they loved the show. So thank you very much, Isaac, and this is for you, this video. This is the first one I've done explaining anything. I'll do more if people are interested. Okay, so this is it. It's an old World War II case made of compressed card. It's very old. It's the first case I ever put harmonicas in. So this is what I do. Focus. There you go. Alright, so this is what I do. I open the case and I put a pillow in it, or a cushion rather. Literally, that's what I do. Put a cushion in it. Squish it down so there's about a third of space at the top. I have a small cheap microphone that someone actually gave me. It's a drum microphone or a snare microphone or a percussion microphone, whatever you want to call it. It's a cheap copy. I'm not even sure who makes it. I'd like to get another one if anyone knows what that is. I think it's a copy of a Sennheiser or something. So this is going to go on top. So it gets plugged into whatever XLR cable there is, whether it's mine if I'm doing a farmer's market or a house concert or whatever. I take my own gear, and that sits on top of the cushion, just a little bit away from the back of the case, because that's what's getting hit. So there's a few inches gap in between. And I just angle it, not directly at the back, to give it a bit of an angle, and then I just shut it. And that's it. Do it up, put the locks on so it doesn't pop open while I'm playing, and then, excuse me, I have a frame that I made. Okay, so I have a frame that I made, and I'm going to show you that now. This is the frame, again, made super cheap. It's in 3 parts. I had a remit that I knew everything had to be able to fit in this case. Okay, so I needed stuff to be able to fit in this case, so it has to be light, it has to fold down, it has to strip down to bits. It's kind of a bit military. But if you're into camping and stuff like that, I'm not. I wish I had the time for it, but I think them kind of skills are really going to help you. I have minimal kit, okay, minimal tools, hardly any tools, hardly any know-how. I'm not a woodworker or anything like that. I'm not good at that stuff. So this is it. It's actually made out of bits of old furniture that I found in the alleyway where I live in Los Angeles. Okay, so there's a bit this shape. That's the top piece. And then there's 2 other pieces which are exactly the same and do this. There's a little hinge, because this is going to be, the front of the suitcase is going to be here, so that stops the suitcase rocking over. And then there's a bolt with a washer and a wing nut on. So literally I get these, I take them out of the case, pop that wing nut off, and that's pretty easy when you're trying to set up for a gig. Take the washer off, there's a number on there, says number 1, I match the number 1 to that, pop that on. Because when you're setting up for a gig, it needs to be as quick as possible, much like when you're making a video and you've got adrenaline running through you and you're a bit stressed and you're trying to, you know, remember the order of your songs and make sure you don't set anything up wrong and be ready on time. Okay, so that's one side. Then I get the other side, and this has got a little nut on it as well. I'll show you why in a minute. And then spin the wing nut off, and that's why I use wing nuts, because I can just hit them and spin them. Take the washer off and fit the other side on. Drop that on there, put the washer on, drop the wing nut on, spin that with one finger, hopefully, clamp it down. There you go. And I'm ready to go. And then just on one side, put the little nut on. And leave it quite close to the top. Boom. There you go. That's it. Done. Okay, done. And it's crooked and it's cheap and it's anyone who's good at woodwork is probably disgusted. But it works and it's still in one piece. I had another one exactly the same in England that I made. Okay, and then the suitcase sits on here, so I fold these up. Okay, fold them up like that, and I drop the suitcase onto it. Okay, usually it's on the floor. I set it up on the floor and I sit the suitcase on it. And then I have two bungee cords. Okay, that cable's going to go off to wherever it goes off to my PA or my little busking amp that takes XLR cables, or the PA from the system on the stage. Okay, wherever it goes to the sound man, he deals with it. And then I have bungee cords, which you can get anywhere. So I have two green bungee cords. I colour code things because it makes it easier for me, or rather I did colour code things. And I know the green ones are the ones, the bright green ones, two green ones, about 12 inches long roughly each. And they hook onto the little hooks that I've got on the side of my frame that the suitcase sits in, and then they just go over up the sides and over the top, and I push them to the back a bit because that's going to get hit. Okay, so there you go. I've got little hook, little eyes on here so that the hooks from the bungees can hook on there, and that's it. Okay, there's rubber on the bottom to try and help stop it slipping. I did have Velcro on the bottom that fitted to a mat, a big mat that I was sitting on, which is fantastic, but the mat's big and I can't travel with it. So that's it. And then what I do is I fit a drum pedal that strips down onto the back of it. Okay, this drum pedal strips down flat and the beater comes off. Okay, so that's in this case. So I put the drum pedal back together. Knock that on there. Put the beater in here. Make sure it's as tight as possible because sometimes it comes loose. And this is an old one, I got it off Craigslist. My original one, a drummer friend of mine gave me. And I'm going to show you how this is done. Here, okay. And this sits on the back and it pushes up to the top piece of wood that goes across both the long pieces, okay? And that pushes up against there. And then I put another small bungee around to the back of the suitcase, and that's why there's a nut on one of these. Okay, that's why there's a nut here on this bolt that sticks up. That's why the bolts stick up, so there's a bit of a gap, and that will hold that on there. I should really have another nut on there, and that holds on. I lost one at a show. Things get lost at gigs. And then it clips onto the drum pedal. The hooks go onto the little bits that stick up, the screws. There's some bolts on drum pedals. I'm just undoing one for you. Come on, quicker. It's like setting up for a gig. You want to get it done as quick as possible. Okay, they're spiked. I don't put them down. I don't have the spikes sticking out at the bottom. It helps the pedal stop slipping very often, unless it's like a situation where the floor is not important. But I can use them to hook the bungee on. Okay, so I hook the bungee on there. So that's it. So then it sits nice and solid in that. Okay, I'm going to move the camera just to show you better. I've got it on this new bendy gorilla tripod thing. There it is, the bendy gorilla tripod thing. So I'm just going to show you. There you go. This is the bungee going round, and it's on this little bolt nut thing. Drummers will be able to tell me what it really is called. It's the spike that goes into the floor. You can screw that down and it holds on there. And you can see this piece of wood just sits up off the floor. It's not got much clearance. It doesn't have much clearance off the floor because I wanted the drum pedal bass to sit against it. It's not ideal. It's by far definitely not perfect in any way, shape or form, but it works, and it's been quite a few places in the UK. It's been quite a few places in the USA now, and it works, and it strips down, and it's light, and it was cheap. And I'm a blues player. That's what it's all about. So that's for you, Isaac. That's how that works. If you want to know about the tambourine pedal, just ask me, and I'll do a video about that. If anyone wants to know about anything else that I can help with, or just share information, I'd love to do that. It's awesome. I love YouTube now, and I'm going to be making videos whenever anyone wants to. But I'd really like to do a podcast because I'm here, living in the States, and I now know some amazing blues musicians that have been my heroes. I've been buying their music for years, and now they're my friends. So maybe I can convince them to do some interviews, and we can ask them questions. So if anyone wants to know about blues stuff, or about one-man band stuff, or about performance, or harmonica, if I can't answer the question, I can now ask some of the world's best harmonica players, blues singers, and performers, because they're now my friends, a lot of them, which is blows my mind, but it's awesome. So this is it. This is the TJ and the Suitcase. Yeah. There it is, all set up and ready to run. Covered in tape, covered in leopard spot tape, because I have to protect it. And it was starting to fall apart. There you go. There's the setup. That's what it looks like at the back. So that's it. It's that simple. If you want to do something, all you really need to do is find a way. It doesn't have to be someone else's way, but just get some help. Look on YouTube. Look on, go to Google like everyone else does. Go to the library. Ask people you know. Because if you really want to do something, and I did, I kept getting told to do a solo act, and it took me a while to figure it out, and it took me a while to get the confidence. And even now, I play. And sometimes if the audience are really quiet, I look at the audience and I'm thinking, I think they don't like this. What if they don't like it? Our job's to perform. My job is to make people have a good time. So this enables me to just do that in a simple, basic way, because I like stripped down music. I like old blues. I like all kinds of music, but I really like purity and not too much in between the musician and the audience member, because I'm a fan. I'm a huge music fan, and I love intimate music where you're really close to the performer and you can really see and hear what's going on. That's it for me. That's everything for me. It's amazing to be at a massive concert, but when you can get close and you can hear it, the first time I heard someone just play a harmonica, play a train thing, like a train beat, on a harmonica really close to me, just sitting in a room with someone, it blew my mind and it got me addicted, and that's why I started playing harmonica. So my aim is to share everything. That's it. From now on, I've got a new website. So find tjandthesuitcase.com. Go there and sign up for the email. Okay, I'll send you a free song, Ain't Your Train, which was used on an amazing documentary film, and I'll go into that later. But I'm going to be emailing everyone, and I'm going to ask you what you want to see, what you want to hear. Okay, if you sign up for the email, I want everyone involved, because this is about communication and this is about connection for me. This is what music is. It's a very deep thing to me, you know. So that's what it is. So this is me, and this is my basic setup, and I'll show you the rest if you want to see another video. Thank you very much, Isaac. I'm so glad you enjoyed the music, and good luck with your guitar playing and what you're doing at the moment. I'm not going to say, because it's not for me to say what you're going for, but good luck, because anyone who's driven at that age, at your young age, you can go as far as you want to go, mate. Thank you very much, and I hope this tells you what you needed to know. Never give up, people. Never ever give up. You can do it, whatever it is you want to do. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Bye.